We are gathered here today to deliver a podcast of outstanding value. Go on then. Do your intro. I don't know how to start it. Well, you say it. You said you're currently listening to the Rice podcast. That's how you started last time, then. The link you've clicked has taken you to the audio file for the Rice podcast.
You're currently listening to the Rice Digital Podcast. If you did not mean to listen to the Rice Digital Podcast, please turn off now.
That's more appropriate. Yeah, we don't want to force it upon people.
Rice Podcast beginning in 3, 2. Welcome to our busy office on a busy street. I hope you like the sound of cars, because there are some outside of our office.
Because we failed to remove them thus far.
A very busy office on a busy street full of busy things. First order of business, which Final Fantasy ruined the series?
Wait, hang on, we haven't even introduced ourselves yet.
Yeah.
Welcome.
They don't even know we're on it. They might think that
the icons
They
will
might
show
think
them.
that you're talking to yourself and just putting on voices.
This podcast just has me on it. Welcome other me's.
This is
Hello.
Harrison and Holly. And I, of course, am Oscar.
Okay.
Now stop dodging the question.
Which Final Fantasy ruined the series? Is that the question?
Oh, Final Fantasy
We all-
13.
15?
13.
Oh, 13. Yeah, a lot of people don't like that one. I haven't played it.
Don't. It will ruin the series for
I
you.
didn't play it because
This is
people
a
said it
very
was bad.
negative point to start the podcast on, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're
Start as we
We're
need to go
English.
I'd put forward that the first Final Fantasy ruined the series by virtue of existing.
Harsh. That is harsh.
It's actually
It is
one of the
harsh.
only good ones.
It depends, because that depends.
Go on.
Because didn't they release the Final Fantasies in the wrong order over here?
Yes, they
so
did.
the first one you played might not have been the first one.
Oh no, the first
no,
one I
no,
played was Final Fantasy X, I think.
10.
I'm one of those people that started with Final Fantasy
Well, it's
X.
set at a good pace to introduce you to the series.
Yeah, the slowest pace in the world.
With the best voice
The
acting.
best voice acting, yeah.
It's because they had to match the movements from the Japanese game or something. That's how they were directed, which is partially why it's so stilted and weird.
And slow.
Do you like Final Fantasy X, obviously, don't you,
It's
Harrison?
my favourite. I put it up there on my
You're currently
top
playing it on
5
Vita.
games of all time. Yeah. I'll be playing it for the rest of my life, I reckon.
Are you going to get the PS4 version?
I don't see the point. Well, I've got a Vita, I can play it. I can play it on the bus. I can play it.
But you
work.
can remote play it from the PS4 onto your Vita in your house. I want to know if it will look
looks
better if you do that. I hope so. Otherwise, I would have wasted a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
Which Final Fantasy would you say ruined the series, Harrison? As a Final Fantasy fan, is it 14 because it's just so good? Everything else pales in comparison.
12. As soon as they removed the random encounter, well, they removed it in 11, the random encounters, but as soon as it was a mainstay of the single player titles, that kind of ruined it for me.
I never played 11. So is the combat in 12 similar to the combat in 11?
Yes, if a bit more.
See, you might be right,
Fast-paced.
actually. You might be right, because I played 12 and I thought it was so much fun and so fast-paced that I can't go back to the old ones because they're so slow. I mean, they're great and everything, and I love them, but just sitting through the 5 seconds of
So you love them in a nostalgic kind of way.
Yeah,
I love the memories I have of
yeah,
them.
I like the memories of them, but I think that's where, because I tried playing Final Fantasy X again because I really like that game, but just
In
going,
your mind.
I did, yeah. No, I
In the
really did.
past.
But going back to it now, oh, so slow. Like, there's a bit in the beginning where he's swimming, and I swear he's the slowest swimmer
Oh, I love
in the
that bit.
world.
Very
And I'm just
atmospheric.
like,
Very atmospheric. It's got the
The
lovely
aesthetic
on.
of it.
Yeah, you just meet Waka and it's beautiful.
Yeah, even when they talk, they have like massive gaps in between their like sentences as well. Either that, or I just live in fasto speedo world and I can't cope with slowness. But yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, that's
maybe
why-
Harrison's right.
that's why I
Maybe
can't
12
go
did
back.
ruin it for me.
That's why I can't go back to many RPGs, especially the early Pokemon games. Just way too
Aren't all the
slow.
Pokemon games exactly the same?
No,
in-
they make
in
the battle
pace?
systems faster.
Or do they? What,
I was very
getting
impressed.
to the battles? Or the speed of the
Both
battles when
getting
you're in them?
into the battles and the speed in which they occur. It's atrocious in the early ones when you go back. I've actually not played some of the more recent Pokemons. I think Black might have been the last one I played. I was very impressed at that update. It's pretty good.
What was the first Pokemon game you played? Way back at the beginning?
Pokemon Yellow, of course.
So, almost.
Everyone got a Game Boy Color and Pokemon Yellow. Every single person. The government came and handed them out on the streets.
I think we're of that age
The
where
government
it's
of Japan, of course.
almost necessary to purchase every single one of the Pokemon games, even if you don't play them. It just needs to be in your collection.
I did have red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
And gold, silver. I didn't have crystal.
I had 2 copies of Crystal. I still have, so you can borrow mine.
The save probably doesn't work anymore. No, I was always interested in crystal. I just never got it. I was more of a gold person than a silver person. It's always struck me that a lot of people played silver more than gold.
Silver, yeah. My
But I
favourite.
don't. Who would pick silver over gold? Gold is the
It's 'cause
best
you
of
had-
metal.
That I can
Definitively.
agree with.
Luigi? Lugia?
Oh yeah, the one with Luigi.
Yeah. Which was better than the bird.
That's only because it was unfair. That's unfair that they made it that way around. Because Lugia is what, water and psychic? Is that correct? Or is it psychic flying? My laptop won't connect to the internet, so I can't check in real time. But Ho-Oh, the superior.
Oh wow.
Fire and flying. Who can argue with that
Who can
combination?
Fire and flying. Exactly like Charizard then.
Blew my mind in the first episode of Pokemon, the anime, or is it the second one where he looks up and he sees Ho-Oh?
Oh, I think that might be the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at that point when the anime was coming out in Japan, Gold and Silver and Crystal were just coming out, but for us, that wasn't true
That
at all.
wasn't the case.
It was like, what
What-
is that
what is it?
mysterious Pokemon?
Yeah.
And what was in the GS ball? A question that I don't think was ever actually definitively answered. They just kind of forgot about it in the plot. Do you remember that?
I don't remember
Was
that.
that in the anime or in the game?
In the anime, the
G-
Orange
GS
Islands.
ball?
Yeah, it was like a mysterious Pokeball that Professor Oak couldn't open. And part of the whole plot of
yeah.
the Orange Islands was them going around trying
Open it.
to get it to the other professor and see what was in it.
But that never happened. They just dropped it.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be. I think it was meant to be Celebi, the sort of the Mew of that generation. But then they made like the movie with Celebi in it instead, so they just kind of quietly shifted that off.
About it.
I don't know why. They could have just brought in any old anime. Even now, they might bring the anime back and be like, we're finally going to reveal what's in that Pokeball.
Maybe.
And it will just be one of the new ones that they've brought out. New Pokemon.
And there'll only be 12 people that care. One of them
Everyone
sitting on
knows
this
the
table with
Digimon
us.
anime was superior, and that's just a fact. Just as the worst Final Fantasy being Final Fantasy, snowboarding is a fact. Did you know that? Now you do.
Hang on, where are you getting these facts off the internet?
I'm getting the facts from this notepad.
This
that
notepad
I
that you
wrote.
made 20 minutes ago?
It's called Instruction Manual to Anime, Part 1. Did you see about this Dead or Alive competition thing?
No.
Some people that hold competitions for Dead or Alive are banning sexy costumes, and they released a list of costumes too sexy for tournament play.
Really?
It's been
Hang on,
reasonably
For
divisive
the characters
among the fan base.
or the competitors?
Yeah,
Both.
for the characters or the
For the
compet-
characters.
Hang on, so wait.
They
wait.
say that they...
You're not allowed to... Are you not allowed to come dressed in sexy cosplay? Or are you not allowed to wear sexy
In-game.
No, it's in the
costume?
game. It's in the game.
You can wear whatever you want
Oh, yes.
when you're playing.
They say it's
Well,
to try
that's the trick,
and...
isn't it?
It's to try and get away from the negative image of Dead or Alive as being like
Is that
borderline pornography.
Is it borderline
It's not
pornography?
borderline.
That's what they
It's
said.
not
That's what the
borderline.
article said.
I did have a giggle when I was, what, like
Who
13 or something while
who
playing
is
the game.
borderline pornography in it? Ivy? Is that her name? I don't really
I
play
don't
Dead
know.
or Alive. Do you play Dead or Alive?
Some of the costumes are very
Not enough
revealing.
to know the characters' names.
I think there's Ivy. She's the one with the big bouncy boobs and white hair. I like how you both look around at me then.
I don't know who it is.
And she uses a sword that turns into a whip, which is really cool. I want that sword.
You want it? You want
Yeah,
it.
look,
Okay.
that's cool. Although it would be kind of awkward to use as a sword because, like, you go to hit someone and then the whip would come out and you'd be like, you whip them instead of kill them. Yeah.
So do you think
So-
it's right that they are doing
I don't
this?
think it's right, no.
Or do you think they should just accept it for what it is, if it's the game that they like so much?
If they're making, is this a Dead or Alive?
It's not
Dead or Alive,
official or
sorry.
anything.
Is this a tournament for that particular game, or is it
Yes.
a tournament? So that seems a bit silly. They should just stand by the game they're making. If they're making a game with borderline pornography,
Well, it's not
what's the
official.
No, it's
point
not
of it?
official. It's a,
No.
it's a fan-led
Yeah.
competition.
They say that they don't like the view a lot of people have of it being so sexy and jiggle physics. They want it to be taken seriously as a fighter.
They want to reduce the amount of people entering the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Dead or Alive we're talking about, or is it the other one, Soul Calibur? I got
Dead or
really
Alive.
confused.
Dead or Alive. The one I made the video of where it was like
Ah.
unreleased trailer and it had the
Oh,
cool
so it's
spot
not
music.
Ivy then. I thought you said Soul Calibur. My
Oh,
bad.
sorry.
I really did think you said
Soul Calibur and Dead or Alive.
I was thinking there's not very sexy many people in Soul Calibur. What's he talking about?
It has its fair share.
That boulder.
A little bit,
Yeah,
a little bit
I know.
more bleak. A little bit more bleak as a Soul Calibur.
Okay, ignore everything I said about,
About the
Ivy
weapon.
then. But she's
Link,
pretty
though.
cool.
That Link
What?
in Soul Calibur. You know, Link in was it Soul Calibur 2 for GameCube? You can play as Link.
Okay.
Yeah, they've always done like crossovers and stuff. I think you can be Ezio in one of them.
Really?
Mm.
I know you
Now
can
you're
do some of the
interested, aren't
characters from Dead or Alive in Bladestorm, I believe.
Is Dead or Alive all female cast?
No. It has a Ryu in it.
So that
for
like
definite.
we don't really consider them to be part of the cast, but
No, there's the guy with the white hair that does the big kick, and also
There's the
Ryu
nin-
from Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, there's the
making this
ninja.
up as
That's
he
all
goes
I
along.
know.
so no, I think that's silly.
That is
Wow.
silly.
I ban my
The
friends
line
from
has been
paying
drawn.
as those characters when they come on my house. So you can't be those characters; they're too sexy for this house.
Only I could be those characters.
Maybe they had some accidents at some of the
Put your
tournaments.
control down on getting my mum.
Oh jeez.
So yeah,
It's not my fighter of choice. I quite like Smash Brothers. Final
No.
Destination, Fox, no items.
What's your favourite
not even sure what you just said.
fighter, Harrison? Do you play fighting games?
My favorite fighter is Bushido Blade
No.
on PlayStation 1.
Fair enough.
Not the first Dynasty Warriors.
I've never played it.
How?
Well,
You're Mr.
I don't
Mr.
really count
Warriors.
Mr. Warriors. I don't really count it as part of the series. It all started at 2 for me.
Did you play? Have you played it from 2 onwards?
Yeah. But that is
Every
every
re-release?
iteration. No,
Oh
no.
well.
Because I was
a true
playing as a
fan
child
would.
and I couldn't afford to buy all of the Extreme Legends.
What
and
is the second
Empires.
one on? Is that PS1 or PS2?
PS2, I believe.
What about the first Dynasty Warriors?
PS1.
And what's the name of the novel it's based on?
Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Okay, you got it right this time. Who
I've
wrote
got
it?
my notes as well.
Who
I
wrote-
can't pronounce his name.
That's a bit of an excuse. How's it spelt?
No, it's because it'll come
So
out
we
my
got a
mouth and it'll
fake
sound
Warriors
racist.
boy on the podcast. We didn't talk about Bladestorm last week. How do you feel about Bladestorm? Early PS3
I think we
game.
did, didn't we? I thought we spoke about the speed at which it moves.
No, that was just us
These
chit-chatting in
podcasts.
on the
I
over
never
the
know
water
when you're
cooler.
recording. That's the problem.
Where does the podcast end and the fiction begin?
I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to the
Were
speed
you
increase.
Were you a big fan of the first one? Do you consider it a Warriors
No,
game?
I do not.
You have talked about this on the last podcast. I'm pretty sure you did.
Nah, I
Because
listened
then
back
you
to
went
it.
on to like a. Alright.
Someone obviously
We
didn't
talked
watch
about
back.
Empire.
I did watch it back. Oh, I'm sounding really stupid on this podcast. I'm just gonna go back and play with my Barbies.
It's okay. We are recording it after lunch, so everyone's a bit sleepy.
Yeah.
After those soba noodles.
Oh, I have some
please,
chicken.
Please send us more.
It's the popcorn smell. It's like actually poisoning all of our brains.
Does smell a bit,
Can we
yeah.
get sponsored by Noodles?
Maybe.
That would save me £1.20 each day.
Although that might be a bit contradicting with our website being called Rice.
It's time for a rebrand.
Noodles
Noodle
digital.
digital.
Noodles or rice? Which do you prefer? Let's get down to it.
Rice.
Um,
Rice gets more things, in my opinion.
I like rice. Yeah.
Ah,
I don't
you're
know.
just
I'm a
saying
bit.
that.
I'm a bit
You're
on
just
the
saying it
fence.
because of their brilliant game deals.
For
I'm on the
lunch,
fence.
for lunch, noodles. For dinner, rice. Because you can't have the same twice in a day.
Why not?
Noodles are nice, but they're kind of messy to eat.
I don't have any problems.
Don't you? Let's look at your desk, shall we?
My desk is perfectly clean.
Besides that Waluigi flush.
He keeps it clean for me. That's his upkeep.
Oh.
So Bladestorm, you liked the original. You don't consider it a
I
Warriors
don't consider
game?
it a Warriors game. I should do, really.
Why?
But
I know it's a big question, but
because it's not set in an Asian territory. Set in the West, in France.
nor is Hyrule Warriors.
I don't
And that-
consider that a Warriors, so I leave it.
But it's got Warriors in the title. What about Gundam Warriors?
Damn, I've been called out. Yeah. I consider, yeah.
What about One Piece Pirate Warriors?
One Piece Pirate Warriors and the soon-to-be-released Dragon Quest Warriors? I
Oh
believe.
yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay, what franchise would you like to see Warriors
That's
Eyes?
Warriors-ized.
Sonic
Cool.
the Hedgehog.
It would have to be
Mobius
something with-
Warriors. Is it still
Mobius
Mobius that they live on? Or is
I
that
don't
just from the
know.
comics?
I don't know. I hope it's still Mobius.
It had to be something with a lot of characters.
Harvest Moon Warriors.
Harvest Moon.
Persona Warriors? They already did an entry in Odyssey.
It would have to
thing.
be Persona 4 though, of course, wouldn't it?
Persona 4 Warriors.
Persona 4.
And some of the characters from 3 could be in it too. I
Why
don't
not?
know.
The Rice Office Warriors.
There's not many of us here.
It's not enough.
Well,
There needs to be over 120.
you can have different forms.
Okay.
Senra and Kagura Warriors.
No.
Dead or Alive Warriors.
People wouldn't take
They're
it
already
seriously.
in. They're already in the Orochi ones. Is that right?
I believe so.
Final Fantasy
Fighting
Warriors.
games are the way to go, though, aren't they?
For
Really.
crossovers.
No, if you're going to turn it into a Warriors game.
Probably for just the rosters alone.
Mm.
Although Hyrule Warriors is pretty good, and you'd think at a glance that there wouldn't
got a
be
lot of
enough
history to pull.
characters.
At a glance. Yeah, I guess so.
They added in some original ones. You got Volga, Sia, or is it Kia? I don't know how to pronounce that. Wizro, those are original ones. Lana, original. It's a bit weird
You
that they
come
have them
back
in
to
like
me.
that.
I'm going to think about this for the rest of the day.
For the rest of your life,
For the at least until next week.
I can't stop.
You can't stop.
I can't stop thinking about it. Every night when I close my eyes, I dream of new and exciting adventures for the Warriors franchise. But you don't consider Bladestorm a Warriors game, then, or do you want to recount that now? You've been proven
No,
wrong.
I still don't, but I don't know
or-
why I don't.
I don't.
Maybe
I
it's the
think,
combat. It's
I think it's
focusing
the
on
map.
squads. The map's open.
Yeah, I
essentially.
think that's how I.
It's less
I
corridors.
think it feels a lot different because of the way the map is handled and the scope of it, and I suppose the way the squads are handled as well. It's very much inspired by the Warriors format, but different enough for it to move away from being beholden to that format. Which is good, perhaps, that it doesn't have Warriors in the title. Maybe that's why. So it can be inspired by the Warriors
100 Years
So-
Warriors.
By the way, this isn't like anything important, is it?
I don't know what that
The
is.
podcast? No. This is just a laugh to avoid doing proper work.
So, today, when I arrive home, there should be a new amiibo awaiting me, bringing my amiibo count up to a healthy 6. Question, do I have a problem?
Is it the DDD?
Yes. Have you got the little box that it comes with? The one that's shaped like a question
No,
mark?
I didn't buy the...
Oh,
I wasn't
well, then
planning on
you
getting more than
obviously
one.
don't have a problem. You have...
No one ever is. No one ever are. No one ever is.
You should get it. It's quite cute.
Nah, I leave them out for display. I don't put them away. I want everyone to know. It's a plea for help. But when you put them on the gamepad on the Hyrule Warriors menu, the title screen,
Mhm.
it gives you a little prize every day, little
For all of
present,
them
little
every
present from your amiibo. Each one gives you a new present.
What,
The-
every single day? Or just...
Every 24 hours.
They give you a present.
Like
Aw.
a good item or some rupees or
Oh,
some
not
material.
Just a message that says, perhaps you should stop buying amiibos.
No, although I did put Sonic on the other day and it said your amiibo is giving you a present or whatever.
Yep.
It was 1 rupee.
Sonic, you
A
cheapskate.
piece of shit. Thinks he can come over here.
Sonic gave you a single rupee.
Hmm.
At least he could have done is giving you a ring or something.
Sometimes they give you 50,000 rupees.
What do you
this
use the
guy-
rupee
Ooh.
on?
But
You can use it to sort of upgrade your character, buy
Why
new
have they chosen
badges.
to use the Zelda currency?
Hmm?
on
Why have
Hyrule
they-
Warriors.
Chosen to use... No, on... Oh, is this on Hyrule Warriors?
Oh yeah,
So
Hyrule
yeah,
Warriors. Not the other one. Not,
Pay attention,
not Bladestorm.
girl. Pay attention.
We're bouncing around topics too fast.
Ah,
Anime. Good or bad?
Is
I
anime good
thought
or
you were
bad?
doing another sound check.
No, my sound check is to say anime.
Just say anime. Various
Good or
different
bad?
points in the room. Is anime good or bad? You-
Morally.
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 Let's
depends
say
on the
I'm
anime.
You're a
older
tough
than I am.
host.
Let's say I'm 48. I have some kids. Do I allow them to watch anime unchecked?
This is the same as, do I allow my kids to watch Western television
Mhm,
unchecked?
mhm.
It's entirely based on the
So
on
no.
the content that's so no. Put them, put
So
them to bed
you're
early
saying anime
with a
is
Harry
bad?
Potter book.
Okay, moving on. What anime are you watching currently?
I'm watching an old anime called Rune Soldier.
Rune Soldier.
Yes, it's a comedy anime because they're the best. Well, I think they are anyway.
I like a good bit of comedy anime every now and then.
Yeah, it's about a it's kind of set in like medieval times, I suppose, in kind of like a D&D setting.
Ah, I see.
And
I'm not particularly keen on medieval setting anime,
Yeah,
but I might like this.
this one's kind of cool. It's basically about these 4 adventurer girls, and then they meet this guy called Louis, who's Louis the Rune Soldier, who is a magician, who is kind of useless, and he ends up turning out to be this Mylene priestess's champion. And so yeah, they go on lots of wacky adventures. So yeah, it's very good. I recommend. Wow, Harrison saw me watching it a couple of days ago, and he said it looked very girly, but it's good. There's also fighting in it.
Is it
so
girly?
It's. I looked over and there were 2 very attractive men who were kind of embracing each other, and there were kind of sparkles glittering over the screen.
All right,
It's a
what's
bit
this called again?
Rune Soldier.
All right, I'll just write that
And
down.
just-
To be fair, like Louis got a really nice chest.
Mm-hmm.
Like normally when you get
Is
the
this
anime.
a 6-pack you were talking
Wait,
about?
she's going
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to the
yeah,
question:
yeah.
is anime bad?
No.
I think she's
Normally,
answering it.
you've either got the guys with the like overly muscly 6-packs, like your Dragon Ball Z's and stuff like that, or you've got the
JoJo.
kind of the JoJos as well.
JoJo
That's a
himself.
bit scary. And then you've got the like weedy, skinny guys. And then he's quite nicely slots into the middle. So,
Is he the most attractive anime man?
Uh,
Top 5 most attractive anime men. Harrison, you start.
Hiro Yui from Gundam Wing. It's all about that Hiro Yui.
Is that it? It's not 5?
Harrison can't
Sorry, but
count.
I've not thought about this before, so just now going back through my backlog.
The one in Dynasty Warriors. Does he count?
Yeah, but are they anime characters or are they game
We'll just say
characters?
anime style.
Anime style.
Let's
Also,
help Harrison out.
Yeah.
You can say
You-
Sephiroth if you want.
oh no, I'm just being patronised.
Sephiroth was good looking, but now that I've grown older and wiser, he's kind of... Yeah, he's still good looking, but he doesn't have a beard.
He's
so,
sort of got that
yeah.
whole sort of anime bad boy thing going on.
Yeah.
The same kind of people that like Sephiroth like Vegeta, I feel.
Yeah, that's true.
And Sasuke from Naruto.
I don't watch Naruto, as I have been warned away from it,
Why have you been warned away from it?
because apparently it's rubbish.
Oh.
But
But why is it rubbish, apparently?
I don't know, I kind of just went, oh, okay, and carried on.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on.
New rule, no Naruto on the podcast.
New rule. No asking Harrison out of the blue to name attractive
You know
men,
it was
fictional
coming.
men.
You know it was coming.
What about attractive female anime characters?
Who cares about that? Mine is
No.
the shopkeeper from Majora's Mask, Tingle from Majora's Mask, the Zora guy from Majora's Mask, the big fish from Majora's Mask, and finally, JoJo, the third one
I'm
from
Slightly
Majora's
scared.
Mask.
slightly worried now. 80% of those.
Oh, Captain Barsha von Voss. Oh, he's technically not an anime character.
Oh, he
is
counts. He counts.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Captain Barsha von Varselberg before he shaved.
Before he shaved,
You could just
this is not even
grow
a
it back.
game that much.
Yeah, but he's in there, and it made me sad when he shaved. I was like, no, why did you shave?
No, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Oh, are you tapping out of the
Tapping out.
attractive
Tapping out.
characters?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move away from that topic.
Oh.
Sorry, you can delve back in there.
Are there any other characters you would say are similarly in the middle, like Louis the Rune Soldier Man?
No, not really. I could say Kyo from Fruit Baskets, but he's got the weedy body again. But he's pretty cool. But no, he's quite rare from what I've seen.
Anime as a genre of extremes.
If anybody could suggest one in the comments section, then I would go check them out.
Is anime a genre?
Is anime a genre? No. It's
Okay,
not a
now we've
genre.
answered that. Moving on.
It's like a type of thing, isn't it? That's what it is. It's, if
Lots
you
of
look it
things
up
are
in
types
the
of things.
dictionary, it just says it's a type of thing.
Is anime in the Oxford English Dictionary?
Yes.
Probably.
I'm gonna say yes.
It's probably not a really big entry though. You're watching Magical Girl Madoka, Harrison.
I've just finished it. It was one of those.
Out of 10?
For art design, it's up there with the 8s and 9s.
How does it compare to that one anime with the person who draws shoes?
Oh, Garden of Words. Oh no, that's a 10. That's beautiful.
So you'd really put Magical Girl Madoka like
Person
only
who
2
draws
points below the girl shoe drawing anime?
Yes, I would, because
I
it's
would-
very
quite
interesting.
I want to watch that Magical Girl Madoka because it's got that fluffy little thing in it.
Mm-hmm.
You see-
Kyubey.
Yeah, I've seen like
Bastard.
silent clips of it and stuff, and I'm like, what on earth is that
Silent
from?
clips.
And then I saw Harrison watching the magical little fluffy thing, and I was like, oh my god,
That's it.
yeah,
Silent
tell me
clips
what it's
sounds
from.
weird.
Silent clips. I was watching
Well,
silent
it's
clips.
more like
It sounds like
GIFs.
you're standing outside someone's house watching them watch it.
it's like,
What anime is that?
I want to watch the anime inside. Raining. No, like on
I want to
meme.
find the anime that's inside each one of us.
No, like on meme sites where they do like those gifs and they move. Because I know he's a bit
The
of a
moving
dick,
gifs, I'm
apparently. That
Is
little
it
fluffy
GIF
thing.
Or is it GIF?
It's GIF.
It's gif. Is he a bit of a dick then? That little fluffy thing.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah.
Okay.
proper dick.
I don't want to spoil it, but I will.
It's one of those anime that starts off, oh, this is all normal. Oh, I know where this is going. And then by the end of it, you're like, blimey neck. Really? Is this
I
happening?
like to be kept on my toes when it comes to narrative, so that sounds good.
Yeah, there's only 12 episodes.
The question is on everybody's lips here, and I have to say, it's
How
good
did you
that
see?
I'm asking it. No. Is are you going to be buying a plush of that fluffy thing and giving it to me?
The question on my lips now is, will that keep me in employment for the next 12 months?
Possibly. Depends how many more fluffy things you get from me.
Does
No.
my fluffy
If it's-
thing from the Koei Tecmo event count as a gift?
Yes.
I got it for okay. Well, I'm job security.
If I knew that, I wouldn't have tried so hard. Just gone straight to Amazon.
I almost bought a Monokuma hoodie the other day. By the other day, I mean yesterday night when I wasn't thinking clearly. But I didn't buy it.
Oh, after many whiskies. Is that what you're saying? You know what
No,
I
that's
need? A Monokuma hoodie.
Well, I thought it would be cool. You can imagine how
I
a
can imagine
Monokuma
how it
hoodie.
looks, yeah.
But the main reason I didn't buy it actually was because it was like a cosplay hoodie, and it had like little like glove bits that you could sort of pull over your hands.
Oh, but then you could be like, at the events, you could be like, I'm not in cosplay. Actually, I am.
I don't want to go that far. I don't want the option to
No.
go that far because I'm not sure what will happen.
So
just wanted a
you
nice-
wouldn't cosplay as Monokuma?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I don't want to let
You
myself.
just have all the like cosplaying ladies flock to you, and you be there standing.
Are you saying that
Standing? What on earth is standing?
is Monokuma a sort of heartthrob
I
figure?
don't. Maybe you never know with cosplaying girls.
Hmm.
You never know.
Do you think the same sort of people that find Vegeta and Sephiroth attractive find Monokuma attractive?
Possibly.
I'd say he was in the middle.
Possibly.
He's in the middle as far as bears go. Trust me, I like my bears.
Oscar,
What
top
bears?
5
They're
anime
cuddly.
bears.
Teddy, Monokuma.
Does
other
the panda
bears.
count from Tekken?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
I forget what her name
Other
is.
bears from other things. Winnie the Pooh.
He's
Winnie
not
the
in
Pooh, the
anime.
From Kingdom Hearts!
Oh, I see what you did there.
All Disney characters are now anime. Discuss.
But does it count? Does that mean, is Kingdom Hearts anime or is Kingdom Hearts Disney? That's the question. Nobody knows.
It's a crossover between
Is
the
it
two.
canon?
Of what?
The Winnie the Pooh books.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's actually endorsed by the
Original
The
author.
character.
You
by
can
his
now
family.
buy Winnie the Pooh's and his exciting adventures with Sora. I saw it in the bookstore in the children's aisle yesterday.
I'm gonna cosplay as Winnie the Pooh at MCM.
Half Winnie the Pooh, half of Monokuma.
For which half?
Then
It
you
changes
really,
on
then
both
you really
sides.
would get all the ladies.
But
Not in a
if his-
sexual way, and
if
more
his
of a kind
belly
of,
button-
oh, so cute.
If his belly button is white, does that mean whatever the white part of Monokuma represents is prevailing over whatever the black part represents?
Yes.
Something I saw on a Yahoo question the other day.
What was the answer? Oh, hang on, you posted this yourself, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I did. No one answered.
No one answered.
Yeah, I'm still playing
Nobody
Danganronpa.
cared.
I tried to play Akiba's Trip the other day, but I just ended up playing Danganronpa instead.
far
Akiba's
did
Trip
you get?
seems right.
How far did you get?
Oh, just a few fights in, just learning the mechanics, you know.
I couldn't put it down when I picked it up. Got it at MCM.
Did you play it on Vita?
Yes. Sorry. Sorry.
I like the Vita, but it did seem a little bit stuttery in places. Akiba's Trip.
Well, it's the price you have to pay for being able to play it on the go,
I guess
All
I
the
don't
time.
really go anywhere though,
You don't
so
really
maybe I
go,
should have
you
got it for PS3.
perhaps.
But then I'd have to put it on the TV and have everyone judge me. Whereas I can just play it quietly in the corner,
and then people
none
silently
shall know.
judge you.
None shall know what I'm playing. Even though I do crank it up.
Crank up the Akiba strip.
Plug it into the sound system
Yeah, so
for that opening movie.
Do you crank up Danganronpa when you sit in the corner?
I do
What about
always try and play with the sound on for the Well, I do
Court
always
cases.
play with the sound on, but I turn it up a little bit for the court cases for the full voice acting. Though I have started skipping over some of the stuff they say now.
Oh. Just to pick up the pace.
Yeah,
Get them
because
to
I'm
part.
a fast reader.
You collecting all those coins? Are you buying all those gifts?
I'm buying a lot of gifts.
Are you rating all the social links? whatever
I'm
they're
getting
called?
into it. I do like that they give you like a little special ability you can use in the court trials after you've gotten to a certain amount. Each time you get to an event, you either get extra SP available or a new skill. I quite like the way the different skills can help you. The faster memorization of keywords is pretty good. A little tip for the pro players out there, that's Chihiro. It's the first one you get from her.
Oh.
Which you should
I should
get that pro tip.
See, I picked up Danganronpa briefly and then put it down for a keeper's trip.
No. I don't want to think about that. Freedom Wars.
Why is it the best thing on PlayStation Vita?
Why
Why?
does it exist?
Why does it exist?
No, I started out briefly as well, but I
Mhm.
also didn't really get into it. I didn't even get to any actual gameplay.
Oh, the gameplay's fantastic.
It's like Monster Hunter, isn't
like
it?
Monster Hunter, but you've got some kind of grapple that pulls you along,
Like a hook shot.
like a hook shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like this little bit.
Yeah, but this you've also got classes, so you can go as the damage class.
Like
It's
Final Fantasy. It's all
You guys
coming
are
together.
obsessed.
more like an MMO. That's thinking
Zelda
of
for
damage.
Oscar, Final Fantasy for Harrison.
What about for you? Buff men, but only the ones in the middle.
No, I don't mind. Well,
I hear this.
So you're not representing the London Panopticon on Freedom Wars. You haven't added any points to us.
I don't know what
You
you're
don't know what
talking
I'm
about.
saying. So you when you start up the game, you choose your home region,
Oh, yeah.
essentially, and then when you do missions, you unlock points for that, and then we go up in the rankings. I think we're 11th at the moment. You've not done this?
So do you have to be in the London one if you're in England?
No, you can choose it, but you know, gotta rep the UK.
Oh, that's the only UK option.
Mm-hmm.
Is it also capital cities?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, I might go with Washington.
Washington, but the online's very good. You can, very good for the Vita, I'd say. It's a bit jumpy at times. People can sort of disappear and then appear at the other side of the map sometimes.
I feel
But
like
as a whole-
Freedom Wars might be lost in the dust compared to Tokuden, or do you think they're not comparable?
I haven't played Token. I'm gonna have to pick up
Oh.
Kiwami when it
Yeah,
finally
Kiwami
hits
does
us.
seem to be a
I'm
lot
very interested
better
about
than the original version. See, it seems like it's got a lot more content in it.
Yeah.
I think they should have just not released the original, just gone for this. These re-releases.
Same with Bladestorm. Should have
Yeah.
done that. Don't bother releasing on
And
PlayStation 3.
Dynasty Warriors. Why
Star
bother? Why have Extreme and Empires? Just go with Empires. Everyone knows it's the best one. You don't want to be handheld through the story. We already know the story. We've all read the
We've
book.
all read the book by acclaimed author.
Mm-hmm. That's why, in some ways, Lego Batman 2 is better than the Lego Star Wars games. For the exact same reason.
Because a book? Well,
Yes.
I've missed the point you're making here.
Because Lego Batman... Okay, let's brush aside Japanese games for a second. Lego Batman 2...
Just like that.
If Two Things I Love is
Suddenly
Japan
allowed to-
games,
Japan games, yes.
Lego. Lego Batman 2 is an original story, whereas the Lego Star Wars are based on the films.
Did they do the thing where, with the Lego Lord of the Rings game, they used the original film
Welcome
dialogue?
to the Lego podcast.
Yeah.
The which one?
The Lego Lord of the Rings game. They used the original
Mhm.
voice, like original sound from the film.
Yes, I remember.
So did they do that with the Star Wars one?
No, those were all silent. Sort of mime
Ah.
parody. Pretty funny. If you like a chuckle, pick 'em up.
What would you like to see going back to the Japanese game?
Lego Kingdom Hearts, Lego Final Fantasy. It needs to happen.
Yeah. I don't know about Lego,
Lego
Final
Dead or Al-
Fantasy. That'd be a bit... You have to
Lego
pick
Final
one
Fantasy
and-
7 with the classic Lego gameplay sort of making fun of the Final Fantasy VII story.
That would be good.
Ooh.
I would buy that. I would.
Oh, my word.
Yeah,
that would be a
amazing.
fine game.
That would do it. Do it. If you're listening to this podcast, do it.
Mr. Lego's listening.
They've
Mr.
even got
Lego
the whole
and Mr.
overworld.
Final Fantasy 7, do it. Even though technically Mr. Final Fantasy.
Because Square already teamed up with Disney, and who owns Lego?
Lego.
Exactly.
Point
Lego
proven.
is also an American. It's not an American company, is it? So
No, it's not.
forget that.
Isn't
It's
it
never
like
gonna
Swedish?
Japanese companies would never work with Swedish companies.
That's why you don't see any Final Fantasy IKEA furniture.
No, or like you don't. Yeah.
They don't have IKEA in Japan. They probably do. They got some fine ass furniture. This podcast is sponsored by the IKEA company. I started reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They just reprinted the they've started reprinting from the beginning in tasty hardback form. So I picked the first one up.
Tasty.
I'm not sure what to think of it yet. Are you very familiar with JoJo?
I'm not.
Me
I played
neither,
a lot
I'm
of
afraid.
the Dreamcast fighting game and enjoyed it very much, but never really was sure of the story. I'm still not really.
Too many generations in it for you.
Yeah, this starts off with the first generation of JoJo, Jonathan Jotaro. Jonathan Joestar, who is
I'm
obviously
lost already.
The first one is
It's Jonathan
Jonathan
Joestar.
Joestar. He's followed by Joseph Joestar, who is then followed by Jotaro Joestar, and all three of them are JoJo's.
Is that why it's called
JoJo.
JoJo?
So who was the main JoJo? Or does it change for every different
I believe it
iteration?
changes. In the volume I'm reading, I think it's just Jonathan, who is meant to be the purest of the JoJo's.
The only thing I've ever seen of JoJo's Bizarre was a gif of one of the characters licking some cherries with his tongue.
Harrison, you seemed quite angry the other day.
Did I?
You were furious. You were frothing at the mouth, or maybe you just had too much milk. You said,
I am
"You
one to
said
have a
if there's
gallon."
one thing I hate," you said, "it's
Yeah.
when people say that dubs aren't as good as subs," and then you brushed off a mug from your desk onto the floor and you stamped
And then I
on it.
started rolling around. My foam spinning everywhere.
Why did this happen? Why do you feel this way?
When people brush off dubs.
When people say that dubs are not as good as subs.
Oh, I think it's very foolish for people to say that. Unless they can adequately say, "Oh, I've actually watched this all the way through," which I think people should do, and then say, "Yeah, well, I've seen both, and I believe that this was better."
Can anyone watch an anime twice?
Yeah.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Yeah, Funimation just came out with. They've started doing more of these broadcast dubs now. I'm not sure if you're familiar with. They tried it out for the we're on the winter season now. They tried it out for the one before the fall season with a couple, but now they're doing it with quite a few.
What's a broadcast dub?
It means basically they're live streaming it as a dub, but a little bit behind when the subs are coming out, but very
so the
close.
subs come out first and then the dubs come out. Oh, that's
Death
fair enough.
Parade, which I'm watching at the moment, and Assassination Classroom. But Death Parade is on about episode 8 subs now, and I think the third dub just came out, so it's very close now.
I think if you didn't have dubs, though, there'd be far fewer fans
Yeah.
of anime, and then in turn there would be far fewer anime in the West.
I quite
That's a
like
difficult
dubs,
one.
to
Good
be
introduction.
honest. Like, I struggle to keep up with subs sometimes because I'm not the fastest reader in the world, and sometimes it'll just disappear, and then I have to pause and go back and read it. So
Did you
I
watch
like
many
them.
subs when you were younger?
no, not really. It was all
You jump straight into
dubs for
Dubs.
me.
I used to
I
watch.
did watch subs.
Well,
I'd watch subs if there was nothing else if there wasn't a dub, or if the dub was absolutely terrible. But I found like some animes, you gotta give them a chance. They're actually really good. They're really good dubs, and they kind of. I think what makes people angry is they change the.
Furious even.
Furious
frothing
even,
at
yeah.
the mouth, but the
Sometimes
opposite
in
point I was
dubs
making.
they change the dialogue slightly, but what I think a lot of people don't realise is their dialogue change in a good dub, they'll make it so that the joke is more relevant to an European crowd. Like Steins Gate, that's a really good dub, I think.
I like the dub.
And also there's an anime called Excel Saga, and I watched that both in dub and sub, and I preferred it in dub because the jokes just made a lot more sense rather than the original Japanese ones. So that's kind of
Isn't it as
why I prefer it.
foolish as saying, oh, you're not, if you're reading the Bible in English, you're not reading it as how it's supposed to be, and you're going to lose some of the original context. You should be reading it in Latin.
I am a big advocate of the original Latin
any
verse, but
exactly.
I am a big fan of the English localization of Ace Attorney at the same time. So I'm a bit morally torn there as to which god to follow.
I think it's easier to hear emotion in dub than it is in sub as well. Like to pick up kind of...
Sometimes.
Maybe.
And also to pick up like accents, because there was one called Anamana Doha, and I think they kept going on about how she had a really weird accent, and I have to admit I can't pick up different Japanese accents. I'm not that good in my hearing.
I do think it's very variable.
Yeah, I think it does depend.
I tried the first episode of Death Parade and Assassination Classroom as dubs, which I'm currently watching, and I really like the Death Parade dub, but I wasn't such a fan of the Assassination Classroom dub.
I think it depends on the voice actor.
Maybe. There's something about the Japanese voice actor for Koro Sensei in Assassination Classroom which is very unique, I think, and it's difficult to do that in the dub.
Yes, but going back to what you said with Steins Gate, saying that the dub was very good. I have friends that were in the I'm only going to watch subs camp, and they stopped watching Steins Gate after 3 episodes because they couldn't really.
Too dry.
I guess there were too many nouns being thrown about.
Yeah.
And that's quite hard to get across if you're supposed to be reading it all.
I guess so.
So they dropped it, and then they missed out inevitably.
Are they not going to try it with the dubs even?
No, because they're still in that. I'm not going to watch it if it's dubbed.
I really like all the
Only gonna watch
popular. I really enjoy all the popular culture references in Steins Gate. I watched a YouTube video with all of them in it, and it's just so good. Like the fact that they're just like all your bass and Leroy Jenkins was in there.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins was mentioned.
I'm not saying I'm in the. I explicitly watch dubs because I'm not. I will go to subs first. But I don't think there's anything wrong with dubs.
But you prefer subs?
No.
So you prefer dubs?
Yeah, I prefer dubs, I have to admit. It's just easier to watch.
Okay, so here's the situation. I come into the office. I'm very excited, brimming with excitement. I say, wow, this anime is very good. I highly recommend you watch it. And then you go on to Anime Place and you search for it on Amazon because you are buying the anime, or possibly in the future Rice Digital. Is your first instinct to check out the dub or the sub?
Dub.
Price. I'm being honest there.
Touche.
Yeah, I can watch both. So I'm gonna.
I do like it when they come with the option.
With the option to do.
Yeah, my Steins Gate Blu-ray has the option, and it even comes on DVD and Blu-ray. So if your friend goes, if you say to your friend, "Oh yeah, I got this really cool Steins Gate Blu-ray. Do you want to borrow it?" and they're like, "I don't have a Blu-ray player." You can say, "Don't worry, my friend.
Borrow
take
mine."
the DVDs." Oh. There's no excuse now. They go, "Oh, I don't have a DVD player," and you go, "Oh, don't worry, I've got an old VHS thing. I can just record them for you. I'll come back in a couple of days once I'm ready to roll over." That's how you
You're a
trick
very
your
accommodating
friends.
friend. If it was me,
He's
I'd
quite
be like,
forceful with what his friends.
When it
can
comes
watch.
to Steins Gate. I still haven't watched the other one, Chaos Head, I think. I've got the Blu-ray of it, but I've not checked it out.
What's
yet.
the last anime you watched?
What, completely?
In its entirety, yeah.
That would maybe be...
Dragon Ball Z.
No, I haven't seen every Dragon Ball Z.
I don't think anyone has.
I have.
You've seen every episode of Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, oh my god, I was massively into it when I was a teenager.
Wow.
Massively. Like,
I followed it for a while between the Android saga.
Actually, I've got a story about this. When I used to watch it when it was being broadcast on television, when I was younger, I used to come home from school and watch every episode, get extremely excited, and then go into school the next day, and we'd all used to talk about it. And I had a friend around who was watching it, and it was during the Goku fighting Frieza kind of.
Oh yes.
that's the best.
Do you remember they used
Saga?
to do on Cartoon Network? They used to do those like Dragon Ball Z days where they'd show like a whole saga.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
god, I used to
That
tape
That was
them
intense.
all.
Yeah, I used to take.
I would tape them all.
So this was the most recent episode that we were watching, and we were just so impressed with it. I remember my mother made us dinner. She put it in front of
Yeah.
us, but he was just captivated by what's happening on screen. So
Like
he left
Frieza
his dinner
transform.
and didn't eat it. And then when he took him home, my mother said to me, "You're not having that friend around again. He's selfish. He doesn't eat his dinner." So I never saw him again.
Oh no!
So Dragon Ball Z loses
Ruined.
your friend.
Yeah. I remember when
Ruined a friendship.
Cell transformed into Perfect Cell. Oh, what a day that was.
Oh, I remember the Spirit Bomb. I was like, I was tense for 3 episodes because that's how long it took.
Does take a while.
Yeah, because I was just like,
You can't rush it. You can't rush a good Spirit Bomb.
No,
That's
clearly
my,
not. Clearly not.
So you're excited for Xenoverse then?
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
actually,
I kind of grew out of Dragon Ball Z. I have to admit, kind of. Yeah.
But you've seen every episode.
Every episode.
Did you watch any of GT?
I did until.
I watched the first episode. I didn't take to it, to be
that
honest.
one, I was starting to grow out of it then, so I did.
What's
But
GT?
I think
Is that the remake?
the problem is with
No.
watching it on UK television or Sky or Cartoon Network is they get to a point where they've only got a certain amount of episodes, and then they'll start repeating those episodes.
Oh yeah.
And it got to a point where they would repeat the episode to the point where they stopped having the episodes and just keep going. And it was like once in a blue moon they'd finally get more episodes. And that's what put me off Pokemon. Like, I never saw past the episode where Charizard finally accepts
the love.
Ash.
Yeah, I do
learns
remember that
love,
happening for
because they
Pokemon
never got any
especially.
more. And by that time, I'd like gotten fed up with it and moved on to Dragon Ball Z. And I think that's what happened with Dragon Ball GT.
I'd really love to try Dragon Ball Kai sometime. Is it Kai?
Is that the one where they had mini Dragon, where they turned into like little
No, this is
versions
like
of
they
themselves?
remade it
This is-
and they brushed
yeah,
up
that's what I was
all of the animation and they made it like shorter and stuff.
You made it
Ah.
shorter.
Yeah, they like cut out a lot of stuff.
Maybe they cut out the 3 episodes that it took to make the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, that kind of thing, I think. No,
Really?
Dragon Ball GT was like the sequel, which wasn't actually based on any manga.
Oh, I see.
The Dragon, yeah, that was like, it wasn't really official.
Yeah,
If you
I
were a
mean,
true
they got
Dragon
Akira
Ball fan.
Toriyama, is that his name? To do like the designs for the characters and stuff, but they didn't like.
Although Super Saiyan
pretty cool.
4 is pretty good looking.
But not in the kind of mill he's
It's the tail. It's the tail that does it.
Yeah, I think it's the chest hair.
The chest hair.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Although it kind of goes around the chest and
This
just shows
podcast
the
has gone in
chest
some
inside.
directions.
And yeah, so.
Blimey.
Yeah. But then I kind of realised as I got older that Goku is kind of a bit of a dick to his family.
But he's so pure of heart, Holly.
I mean, but he's always leaving Chi-Chi to go, raise the kids and go off to go train, and then he'll put his son in danger. He's not a good father, not when you really think about
He
it.
sacrificed his life for his family.
No,
Multiple
he
times.
did it so he could go off and do some more training. I mean, Vegeta's a better
Always puts
dad
his
than
work before
Goku.
his family
Yeah,
commitment.
he really does. I'm like probably destroyed that now, and it's kind of hurting me. Get it away from me.
So, marriage-wise, Goku or Vegeta?
Vegeta, definitely. He sticks around. He cares about his family.
But he's always like going crazy and attacking people.
Well,
Like
at least
always,
he
I
comes
mean, a
home at
couple
the
of
end of
times.
the day,
You all saw the Majin Buu saga.
Yeah, when
We all
he
know
turns
how
evil.
that turned out. With
Yeah,
the big
but
M on
he
his forehead.
did still return to his family at the end of it.
Oh, I don't remember
I'm pretty
much
sure if
about that
Goku
one.
pisses off to go.
God, you
tra-
really don't like
he
the guy.
does. He goes off to go train that little boy. For like ever. Like, bye, Chi-Chi, bye.
His son?
No, it's not his son.
No,
it's a new one.
Oob.
It's spoilers if you haven't watched it by now, but it's Boo transformed into a little boy.
Like reincarnated,
Yeah.
sort of.
Oh.
Is Goku still dead at that point? Or
I think so. I think he's
Still
no,
dead?
No, he's not. He got reincarnated, I think.
at the end? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember when the Boo stuff was happening, he was on like leave from the afterlife.
Yeah. I thought he was on leave from the afterlife when the Cell Saga happened. It's so ages
No,
ago,
in
I
the Cell
can't remember.
Saga, he was alive. Like, he got brought back with the Dragon Balls. And then I think he sacrifices himself in the fight with Cell. Or something. And then Gohan has to do his thing. And it's fine.
Oh, yeah. No, he never got brought back to life on...
From that.
He didn't get brought to life, back to life before the Cell Saga. He just happened to escape the freeze a bit by using that instant transportation thing. That's how he escaped. And then, so yeah, he wasn't dead there. And then it went to the freeze. Then it went to the Cell Saga, and then he died at the end of the Cell Saga. Then they must have brought him back. I can't really remember. But clearly, I remember more than you do.
Jeez, well, he's
He's
dead.
Also,
in the
he dies a
Saiyan
lot.
Saga,
I mean,
isn't
you know
he?
how much funeral costs would Chi-Chi have spent on him? Poor thing.
Yeah, they just leave him in the dust or whatever. So Xenoverse, then, Harrison, you're the only one of us that's played it to any extent.
I
checked it out at MCM.
I haven't really.
I'm looking
Played
forward to
it.
getting my hands on it.
It looks good.
Big fan of the Budokai series, and it's nice to see Dimps back at the helm, of course.
It looks amazing. It looks like it handles amazing. I haven't actually played it myself.
It's a lot more fluid, because it used to be that it would... there's a lot of fluff before then. It used to be that there'd be a lot of cutaways and stuff, like for transformations and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen far enough into it for any
Sort of.
transformations, but the combat looks incredibly fluid. You can jump all around the stage without really interrupting any of the fight.
Yeah,
But the,
can you like run around like an environment? Because that's something they added in a Budokai Tenkaichi.
Run around?
Yeah, like
mid-battle or in between the battles?
like in battle. Because in the Budokai games, it was sort of you'd pick an arena, but it would just be like you can maybe hit one another into different spaces in it, but it would just be like side-on fighting. But in Budokai Tenkaichi, it was like sort of a battlefield of a moderate size, perhaps, and you could like fly around it, but you'd sort of be kind of locked on.
Yeah, that's more like the latter one there. So you've got this 3D environment that you can move around, but then when you start fighting someone, it will go into the 2D.
Oh, I see. So it's sort of a
side-on.
mix between the two.
I guess so. It's quite disorienting at first, especially for fighting multiple enemies, because the lock-on's a bit hard to get used to.
Yeah, I
But
imagine it's good.
I can imagine when you get really quite good at fighting, it looks...
Yeah, I'll probably pick
Very
it up on
exciting.
Steam at some point. Because that's what I do.
That's what you do. Everyone plays fighting games on the PC,
Oh
don't they?
yeah, it looks good. There's a DS one coming out as well, developed by Arc System Works.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knows much about it yet.
That's as much as we know.
And it will never come out over here, probably. Maybe in North America, but not here. No games come out in Europe. I was looking at the release schedule the other day, and the only game that's come out in Europe over the last year was a Lego game. Just the one Lego
It's
game.
the one Lego game. What Lego game
Lego
was that?
Batman 3.
The only game that's come out in Europe.
Is that one better than Lego Star Wars?
We
I
don't
don't know, I
It never
haven't
came
played
out.
We never got Lego Star Wars.
Can you pick up sarcasm in a podcast? I don't know. You're turning the
Yeah, the
sarcasm on.
sarcasm is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's slowing down my laptop a bit, so it might have dropped out a couple of times. I don't know.
The sarcasm? What are you talking about? You've actually
The
got a
sarcasm
thing-
The
effect?
sarcasm effect.
The sarcasm effect.
It's on
Mhm.
audition. Yeah, he said it to British sarcasm, so it's not even funny.
Right,
It's not
weird.
even good.
So you add in your sarcasm through post-production.
What are you looking forward to playing in the future?
In the future, Tom Clancy's The Division. I might try the Resident Evil Revelations 2 game. Quite disappointed
heard
about
good
the
things.
co-op debacle.
Oh, the PC.
The PC.
The
co-op.
PC co-op list.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me after Resident Evil 5, though. I always find it ridiculous when they do that in PC games. Because it has no local co-op on PC.
Yeah.
Even though the functionality for the co-op is still within the game. You can mod it in.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? I don't know what that's about. But it looks
Do you
scary.
have local co-op on the PC version? Because I played it with my husband.
Did he mod it in?
I don't
He might
think
mod
so.
in.
He just had to do some crazy setup with the keyboards and crap.
Sounds like
Sounds
modding
like,
to me.
it sounds like you modded it in. It's
He
not
might have
hard to
modded
mod in.
I don't know. But
It's not hard
we
to mod
did
in.
it, so
Yeah.
Couch co-op, yeah, not on 2 PCs.
yeah, it was on one PC.
Yeah, you gotta do like
Split
some funny
screen.
stuff to get it.
I'm sure he does.
to-
He does computer stuff. doesn't
Yeah.
He does do. He probably did mod it in.
Same with the Left 4 Dead games as well.
Is it?
Left 4 Dead, I think you do
Can
need
you-
to have. Oh, you can.
that
Yeah,
just-
you can do that as well because we did the exact same. He must have put a mod on there.
Yeah.
Who
I
knows
mean, then
what
we
he's
played
doing?
2 things.
I don't get when
so-
they do that with PC games.
Well,
So it's-
because it's the PC and you can't really split screen on a PC.
But why
We
take it
tried.
out?
It's not nice.
Because you can split screen back to Lego. You can split screen co-op with that.
And Sonic Racing Transformed.
I think
Played a
you
lot
can,
of,
but it's
Postal
not
Warriors
particularly-
as well.
To be honest, every time you have split screened, it's never been a particularly comfortable setup.
Oh, well. I'm sorry to hear
The
that.
thing is one person's got to be on the keyboard, and because you're on the keyboard, you've got to be quite close to the screen.
Just plug in 2 controllers.
Well, we're obviously a poor family that can't afford 2 controllers, and then the other one's on the controller, but then your head is in front of the screen, and they're like trying to look around your head, basically, because there's only a little screen.
I was trying to use SharePlay yesterday on my PlayStation 4 to play remotely co-op with my friend on Dynasty Warriors 8. And it works okay. The only problem is that he, who doesn't own the game, didn't have any sound. So if anyone listening knows how to get sound when they're using SharePlay,
Please write in.
please tell me how to do
Our
that.
postal address is... I'm just joking. Just tweet us.
Just tell me how, because I can imagine it's amazingly boring playing a game without sound. It's 50% of the video game.
Just crank up your
Crank up your rock
soundtrack
music.
to The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, which I just ordered from Club Nintendo. It's a new item. You can get it for 3,000 coins.
Send him
Because
more
they are
points.
closing down the Club Nintendo store soon in all regions to be replaced with something that they haven't said yet.
some kind of
So spend them coins while you got
store.
them.
I'm gonna get you to iron that thing back together.
Spend those coins.
When is it shutting down?
Oh, I forgot.
You've
Sometime
already cast aside your
this
ties
side
to
of the year, I
Club
think.
Nintendo.
This side of the year, maybe April. No, that's too soon.
Yeah.
May. This side of the year. This
Are
side
you
of
still
the year.
accumulating coins? Is it?
Not really.
Oh, but you still can.
Yeah, you can. I think they're going to start not putting them in games like about a month before it closes.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. So get what you can. I already
What-
missed out on some soundtracks, which is a shame. That Link Between Worlds soundtrack is literally the only thing worth getting from the store at the moment.
What else have they got? Hats.
Oh, some kind of stickers or something.
Stickers.
Overpriced.
Is that the most
Wii
expensive thing on the
coins.
soundtrack?
Currently, yeah. They had one soundtrack for about 5,000 coins on there before. I had about 9,000 coins in total.
What does that equate to in real money?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Too much.
Too much, really. Yeah. Can you not just buy the soundtrack from another source?
Not really,
Did you miss
actually.
that
They're pretty good with their sort of exclusivity on the Club Nintendo stuff. Occasionally, they have sold their soundtracks just straight up through their store, but not often. I did buy a few KK Slider albums from their store over Christmas.
For some casual listening.
Nice little Christmas gift for people.
For Granny?
She loves KK. She's a big
KK's
KK
biggest
fan. She's always in the cafe on that time he plays.
Yeah. Have you played Animal Crossing?
I haven't. No.
She and Brewster go way back. That's the picture.
That's the end of that.
That's
No,
the end
I
of that.
don't. I don't own.
Any games consoles?
No, I do own games consoles. I don't own the hand. Which one did the original Animal Crossing come out on?
GameCube.
Oh no, I never got it on that.
Or was it Nintendo 64?
I don't know. I think it's the art style of Animal Crossing that kind of puts me off. They're not as cute as
Whoa.
you think they are.
It is quite creepy.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I'd rather just play Harvest Moon than Animal Crossing. I have to say, you know. So yeah,
Harsh words.
harsh words from Holly.
Yeah, I played both, but I feel like Harvest Moon has more things to do in it.
Yeah, and that's
I
why I
think-
don't like it as much.
Really?
I
You'd
don't like
rather,
doing
you'd
things.
rather go around, pull your weeds out, talk to
Well, that's
someone.
why I don't play Animal Crossing either. In fact,
If
all
I-
games are a waste of time.
Discuss.
Nope, there'll be no discussion as the podcast is now ending. All games are rubbish. Don't play them.
But buy them from our store.
No, I'm very much looking forward to the game coming out this week, which...
Hang on, are we actually ending? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
We may as well be ending.
We're in kind of...
We're doing a wrap-up. There aren't really any games coming out on our store this week, but soon Bladestorm will be coming out.
27th? Is it?
That's the 20th. Atelier Chili. Oh, those graphics. That's next week. Then the week after, I think it's Bladestorm, and then you got Final Fantasy Type 0, you got Bloodborne. It's all happening.
Blimey.
You getting Bloodborne, Harrison? You got PS4?
Yeah, I might do. When's Tokuden out?
Same day, 27th.
I'll get Tokuden instead.
Wow.
Wow.
My heart just broke.
You can play with
Bloodborne
me.
is good. No, I'm just going to play Bloodborne.
Bloodborne on your own. Great. Okay.
Yeah, I might get Monster Hunter, though.
I did look earlier when I was in a game store. Do we have it in our store? Monster Hunter?
Nope. Not currently. We still don't sell that many Nintendo games at the moment, but you can pre-order Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario Edition.
Puzzle Dragon Super Mario Edition.
It's got like a whole RPG mode and everything.
Has it?
Yeah,
This
it looks
is
pretty.
3DS.
It looks pretty.
Is it
pretty
new?
dope.
New 3DS exclusive?
No,
No?
it's a 3DS game.
Along the
It comes
lines of-
packaged with Puzzle and Dragon Z as well. It's like a double pack. Because when I first saw about Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario Edition, I thought that's not going to come out over here. Lo and behold, a few days later,
That was
in
the
a
announcement.
Nintendo Direct, boom!
Whoa.
There's Puzzle and Dragon orbs everywhere. I think it's orbs. It's like circles at least. I'm not sure what they look like in the third dimension. It's primarily a two-dimensional game. You look at the grid. I believe they're orbs.
Maybe they're orbs.
Feel free to correct me on Twitter.
Cool.
Just what shape are the Puzzle and Dragon objects?
I think the share play question was more important.
No.
You don't think so? You are the host
I
of
think
this
my
podcast.
question about the middlemen chests is the most important.
So this
that wasn't
month,
a question. That was a demand. That was just send me more.
Send me more.
Middlemen.
so this month, Harrison, you're looking forward to Tokuden.
Tokuden and Bladestorm and Type 0.
So you're looking forward to all of the games. I'm looking forward to Bloodborne, kind of. Will I actually get it and play it? Maybe not.
Why not?
What are you looking forward to, Holly? From our selection.
Lego Final Fantasy 7. You gotta make it now. Haha.
And Atelier Chili, actually. Pick that up. Is this PlayStation 3?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I wonder if they'll start porting any of the Ateliers forward or not.
Can imagine.
Just make them look nice and run good, and then that'll be enough. That'll be enough.
That'd be enough. Is it on Vita? I don't imagine so.
No,
Not yet.
I would.
Fingers crossed.
I would maybe put money on there being a plus version in the future,
Well,
but that's
that'd be-
just
that'd be
it's
good. Let's
just
do
an
it now.
Oscar prediction.
£1.20
It might even
says.
already be out in Japan. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't look at any games that come out in Japan. I don't want to spoil it for myself.
No, you just cry, won't you?
I don't mean I don't look at just any. No release dates, no titles, no information
Nothing.
from Japan. I've got a block on my internet that stops any Japanese information coming through. Because while I like Japanese games and Japanese culture, I only like it through the filter of the Western media.
So why have we hired you again?
He's good at setting up podcasts.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
Not
enough.
really.
And
I
he did
can't
buy
get
me
rid
that
of it.
fluffy thing.
Oh, I didn't buy it. It was free. Thanks,
Okay,
Koei
so,
Tecmo.
See you at your next event. What
buy
music are you gonna
our
put on?
store? Buy it from our store. The things.
And what music though? I feel like we should have some
Rock the Dragon.
Rock the Dragon. Yeah, that makes sense.
Dragon, Rock the Dragon, Dragon.